Yikes! How do I drive safely when it is raining? The topic of how to drive safely in the rain hasn't been brought up many times in Texas within the past couple of years because the state has been suffering from an extreme drought. Thankfully, the past spring we got some record-breaking rainfall. As a consequence, drivers had to remind themselves regarding the problems that rainfall delivers as we drive and exactly what to keep in mind to be able to stay as safe as possibly can. Definitely one of my favorite options that my van provides is cruise control. I particularly like to use it on long road trips, but I use it when I'm driving in town also. Cruise control works well when road conditions are dry. However, in the case that highway conditions are wet, it's best not to employ cruise control so that we as drivers can completely concentrate on every aspect of driving. In order to maximize our security, as well as to improve our management of our car we are driving, the cruise control feature must be disconnected when it is raining. Just go old school and use your feet the way you were trained when you took driver's education. To drive safely when it is raining, turn your headlights on. Many newer autos now come equipped with the front lights that remain on whenever we are driving. The concept here is to aid in making our cars simpler to see. When it is raining, visibility is reduced. Both our ability to observe other autos as well as capability of other motorists to see our automobile. Ensuring that our headlights are on while it is pouring down rain will help to improve visibility for each driver on the streets. To drive safely when it is raining, it is essential to be positive that both the headlights and taillights of our cars are really in proper working order at all times. When it rains, the grease on the road that is raised up and blended with water, and this mixture makes the highway more slick. A slippery freeway offers less traction for all our automobiles. This absence of traction may result in hydroplaning, a condition where our car tires lose their degree of contact with the roadway. To stay clear of the potential hydroplaning, we should reduce our speed as soon as the freeway is wet. Furthermore, the mix of oil and water will make it more hazardous for drivers who make sharp turns or who try to make rapid stops while driving in the rain. To drive safely when it is raining, we as drivers ought to think further ahead and plan our turns and stops earlier. In addition, it goes without saying that compounding the dangers of driving in the rain while using your cell phone to send a text or to check your messages is a very bad idea and a potential recipe for disaster. Provide additional space to drive safely when it is raining. Leaving added space between the vehicle ahead of us is surely a smart idea when the street is wet. Instead of using a 2-second follow rule, drivers ought to increase the time frame to a 3-second or 4-second following rule instead. Stopping distances grow on wet roads, and providing more room between our car and the one in front of us will give us an improved chance to take action in order to stop without incident. There have been numerous motorists that have been saved in the past, here in Texas, when they were made an effort to drive through zones of roads which were covered with water. It does not take much water depth on the road for our vehicle to start to float or to be pulled off the road altogether. In the event you are unable to unmistakably see the highway itself as a consequence of standing or flowing water, the safe option is to turn around and find a different path. As the public safety messages say, if you wish to drive safely when it is raining, turn around. Don't drown. Here in Texas, we are glad for the rain that we received last spring. To be able to drive safely when it is raining, keep these tips in mind. We will help to keep everybody safer as we drive down the road.